Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So you want the power of Linux and the convenience of Windows 11 on the same machine? Dual booting is the answer, but if you've ever looked this up, you've probably seen the horror stories. Windows updates breaking the Linux bootloader, grub disappearing, and a whole lot of frustration. What if I told you there's a way to dual boot that keeps each operating system completely isolated, making it almost impossible for Windows to mess with your Linux setup? Today, I'm going to show you the safe method, dual booting Ubuntu 24.04 LTS and Windows 11 using completely separate EFI system partitions. All right, before we dive in, let's make sure you have everything you need. A computer running Windows 11. We'll assume it's already installed. A USB drive with at least 8 gigabytes of space. The Ubuntu 24.04 LTS ISO, a tool to flash the ISO. I'll be using the official Rufus software. Balena Etcher is another great option. Back up your data. We're messing with partitions. While this process is generally safe, things can go wrong. Please back up anything you can't afford to lose. Let us now make a bootable USB drive. Make sure you select GPT and UEFI mode when flashing the ISO. Also disable secure boot in your BIOS. Now we need to make room for Ubuntu. Search for Create and Format Hard Disk Partitions to open Disk Management. Right-click on your main Windows partition, usually the C: drive, and select Shrink Volume. Decide how much space you want to give Ubuntu. For a comfortable experience with room for programs and games, I recommend at least 50 to 60 gigabytes. Enter the amount in megabytes, so 50,000 for 50 gigabytes, and hit Shrink. You'll see a new block of unallocated space. That's perfect. Leave it alone for now. You can close this. Restart your PC and boot from the USB drive. You may need to press F9, F12, F2, delete, or escape, depending on your computer to access the boot menu. Close the installer and open the terminal. This command will list all available disks and their partitions. Look for your disk, usually the largest one if you do not have more than one disk in your machine. This command will open the parted tool, an interactive shell where you can run commands like print to see the partitions or even create, resize, and delete partitions. Type P for print to show partitions on this drive. Notice that partition 1 has the boot flag. That's the Windows boot partition. For now, we'll turn that flag off. Don't worry, we'll switch it back on later. The reason is that Ubuntu won't let you pick a different EFI partition, so by disabling the Windows one, we're forcing Ubuntu to create its own EFI partition. As you can see, it is now off. Now that the flag is off, we can open the installer and start the installation. First, why go through the extra trouble? Normally, the Ubuntu installer just uses the existing EFI partition created by Windows. It's easy, but it's also the weakness. When Windows does a major update, it sometimes decides to take over the EFI partition and can overwrite or ignore the grub bootloader from Linux. With this method, Windows lives in its own little EFI world and Ubuntu lives in its own. They don't interact. Now look for the free space you created earlier. In Windows, click on it, and then click on the plus sign. As you can see, Ubuntu has created its own EFI partition since it has not seen the Windows one. Now continue with the installation. After installation is done, do not reboot. Just close the installer and then open the terminal again. We need to turn the boot flag for Windows back on. As you can see, it is now on. This command simply displays the boot order. At the top of the results, you will see the current boot order. Since we want Ubuntu to load first and install the grub bootloader, Ubuntu needs to come before Windows in that list. If Windows starts up before Ubuntu, you can always head into your BIOS settings and change the boot order so that Ubuntu comes first. In my order, Ubuntu is 0006, and it is the first one when you check the boot order on top. Windows is 0004, it is the third one. Now reboot your machine. It has booted into Ubuntu like I said. If it boots Windows first, you can change that in the BIOS, or press F9, say on an HP, and select Ubuntu instead. Now install grub to Ubuntu's EFI partition. When we enable this line, it means grub won't bother looking for other operating systems when you update it. This command scans all your disks and partitions for other operating systems installed on your computer, like Windows or another Linux distro. It doesn't change anything by itself, then it just lists the OSs it finds so that grub can add them to the boot menu when you run sudo update grub. We can now reboot. Windows has been added to grub. In this menu, you'll see two options, Windows Boot Manager and Ubuntu. Use the arrow keys to select Ubuntu and hit Enter. You'll boot directly into Ubuntu. To get back to Windows, just reboot and select Windows Boot Manager from the same menu. This is the clean, safe, and reliable way to do it. Your systems can't interfere with each other. And that's it. You now have Ubuntu 24.04 and Windows 11 running side by side with completely separate EFI partitions. This setup avoids bootloader conflicts and makes it easier to remove one OS later if needed. If this guide helped you, hit the like button, subscribe for more tutorials, and let me know in the comments if you prefer shared or separate EFI partitions when dual booting.